What is good, everybody? It's Big Game James, BGJ, 7 Blue Nation in the house. What's good, everybody? You know we about to talk about, but let me give me a few shout-outs because I got some happy times right now. Been some sad times with the Cowboys, watching these damn playoffs, watching these Packers and Seahawks play, knowing we could have beat both of them. Ugh, that makes me mad. But guess what? We got somebody in the Hall of Fame that we've been waiting for a long time. But let me give a shout out to everybody up in here. What's good, everybody? Joshua, Mac, is it Mac? Y'all got some hard last names. Makhaha? I hope I said that right. Some of them names be tough. John House, what's good with you? My Cowboys family, what's good with you? Number 1, Marquise, good. What's up with you, Gambino? Been a long time since I seen y'all, man. Get up in here, tell your mama, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your daddy. Man, tell your enemy. Tell them to get on in here and let's talk some Cowboys football, man. For real. Check this out. I wasn't even going to go live today. I was sitting there like, you know what? Cowboys in the playoffs. We're going to talk about free agency and all this other stuff, man, during the week. I got my guy. Oh, let me not spoil that right quick. I'll talk about that later. First of all, I'm going to apologize for y'all right quick. I was supposed to have Kenny Gant, the shark, on here. We have been chopping it up back and forth. He hit me up today. I got Patrick Walker in here. That was a fire interview. If you didn't get a chance to see that interview with Patrick Walker, please go do. He dropped some science, as he calls it, and knowledge. So if you want knowledge and science, please go listen to that show. He gave some good tidbits on some things that possibly could happen on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I was like, I ain't even going to go live. I'm just going to chill. But then guess what, man? Guess what? We already know what. Jimmy Mudsucking Johnson finally got in the Hall of Fame, man. I can't even begin the words. I mean, I know all y'all probably felt it like I felt it. I mean, yeah, I shed a tear. If you didn't shed a tear, I mean, if you didn't see the interview, I don't know if I have the actual voice of it, but just to show a quick relay, if you didn't get to see that, it was an awesome thing. Jimmy Johnson, just brought me to tears on it, for real. We're just going to jump right into it. Just so if you haven't get to see the clip of him, just, Jimmy Johnson. I'm switching to it right now. Let me see. I'm going to rewind it because I just want to see his joy. Troy Aikman's face. Just seeing that, man. All those guys. I'm sorry if I don't have the volume. I don't know if you can hear it or not. You probably can't hear it. But just watching Jimmy right here, man. Just makes you want to cry right now. I'm just keep it real. I mean, I'm a grown man. They say grown man cry. I could cry. You know what I'm saying? But just watching my guy, Jimmy Johnson, man. Seeing Troy Aikman up there, looking at it. Troy loved him some Jimmy Johnson. Them players love some Jimmy Johnson. We all love Jimmy Johnson. Why we love Jimmy Johnson? Because that passion. He had that passion. Just look at him how he talking with his hands. He got that passion. And when you got that passion, it drives your fan base. It drives everybody. It just drives you all. How can you not love that man? How can you not love that man? That man had that passion like no other. I love that man when he was at the University of Miami. I watched them, I watched them Dogs. Michael Irvin, when he was with them, when they said it was getting Mike Irvin and Jimmy Johnson together, I said, man, y'all in trouble, dog. We about to run. We about to do it. You know what? Came in. Made the hella trade. We understand Jerry Jones came with that bread. We appreciate you, Jerry Jones, for throwing that bread out and making it happen with the trade and everything else. But Jimmy Johnson was that instrumental man. And like I said, the thing that always stood out to me was his passion. Leaving the Miami Hurricanes, the first. There's only been 3. And Barry Switzer, I'm sorry, you just don't count. I know you won a Super Bowl with Dallas, but I'm not just going to count you, dog. 3 coaches have left the college ranks and won a national championship and an NFL Super Bowl. Jimmy Johnson was the first. Barry Switzer was the second, but we know if Jimmy Johnson would never left, if Barry Switzer won that Super Bowl, because guess what? Barry Switzer won that Super Bowl in 95 with 70% of Jerry Jimmy Johnson's players. 70% of Jimmy Johnson's players were on Barry Switzer's team. So, yeah, you got it, Barry, but you never coached again. So, I don't know. That's a little one of them asterisks by your name. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You gifted a Super Bowl. That was Jimmy Johnson's players. You didn't really do nothing to me, Barry. I'm sorry. You just really didn't do nothing. I'm not hating on you, Barry, but you just didn't really do nothing. You feel me? And then you come in. You just changed the whole culture of the team. We go 1-15. We understood it. Then the next year you come 7-9. Okay, we're looking up because we seen that intensity. We seen that fire on that sidelines. We seen that passion. That's why you loved them. And then you jump in at 11-5. You go to the playoffs. And that 91 season, I don't know about y'all, but if y'all true Cowboys fans, if y'all watched that 91 season, and even when we lost to Detroit, when we beat the Bears first, when they beat the Bears first, I said next year, in my heart, I don't care. This is on God. I said next year, we're going to the Super Bowl. I just had that feeling. It just felt right. It felt like we're going to come in and dominate. Next year, we're going to dominate. And that's what the Cowboys did. Came in 13-3, Super Bowl. Next year, 12-4, Super Bowl. Then we all know about what happened. That was one of the worst things I ever in my life to ever see something like that. I'll remember it like it was tomorrow. I remember like yesterday, man. Tomorrow, yesterday, whatever you want to call it. But I just remember when Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson were sitting at that table after they had won that second Super Bowl. I was just sitting there looking at the press conference like, well, why are these two sitting here? Well, what's going on here? And when Jimmy Johnson said he was stepping down, you talking about crying right there at the Hall of Fame when he just got announced for the Hall of Fame. Did I cry? When I really cried is when I heard that because I knew it was over. I don't know about y'all. I just knew it was over. I was like, man, we about to suffer for a long time for this one. I just felt like we're going to suffer a long time for this one. And guess what? I'm not saying I was right, but I just felt in my heart we're going to suffer because this is a mistake. Whether it was a mistake on Jimmy's end, Jerry's end, both of their end, I don't know because I wasn't there, but I just know that was a mistake, and Dallas is still paying for it. 25 years later, Dallas is still searching for that Super Bowl trophy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I know Barry Switzer, but bro, I'm sorry, I just can't count you, Barry. I just can't count you, big dog. But salutes to Jimmy Johnson, man. Well earned. And you know what, Jerry Jones, you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do. You need to put that man in the ring of honor, okay? Put that man in the ring of honor. That's going to be the icing on the cake, Jerry Jones. That's going to be the icing on the cake, Jerry Jones. He got in there at the Hall of Fame. It's been much, we waited forever for it to happen. And now you need to do the right thing and put him in that ring of honor. Because guess what? Without him, you ain't getting them Super Bowls, dog. Without him, you ain't getting them Super Bowls, Jerry. So do the right thing next and put this man in the ring of honor. Whatever y'all happen, whatever happened in the past, man, let that stuff go. And this man needs to be in the ring of honor because every Cowboys fan knows about Jimmy Johnson. And if you're a young Cowboys coming up, come over here around us old schoolers and we'll school you a thing or two about some Jimmy Johnson because that man didn't play. Salutes to you, 100% salutes to you. I love you, dog. I don't even know you, but if I was a player, I would love to play for some Jimmy Johnson, dog. He would have pushed you to the utmost. And look at that man. That man cares. You see all them shout-outs he was giving to his assistant coaches, to players. Man, dog, I'm just so happy. Thank you, God, that he finally got in. He well-deserved. Salutes to you, Jimmy. And I can't wait till you are standing up there and giving your speech because that's going to be a sight to behold. And I just love you for it, dog, and I'm just so happy that you finally got in. Salutes to you. Big hand claps from me. Cowboys Nation, salutes to you, man. We just love you. And let me just see what y'all talking about right quick before I get into some other things. Cause I ain't gonna talk all night. I always say that, and I end up talking all night. But I'm gonna try not to talk all night. I'm gonna try to talk about a few things, and then we gonna get up off here. And remember, donation. Remember, you can holler. Ron Smith, you got your wrench. Don't act like you can't holler no more. You like that, Ron the Don? But what's up with y'all? See what y'all got to say about this. See what y'all got to say. Yeah, y'all feeling me. Y'all feeling me on that. Y'all feeling me. What's good, everybody up in here? Tyrone Church, Ron the Don. What's good? A. Lavelle, Devin Frost. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing? KMT 72. Lusantas Paloon, is that it? What's up with you jumping on in? Keep on getting in here because Stevie Mac 23, what's good with you, big dog? Okay, I got you, big dog. Juwan James, what's up with you, dog? Good to see you. And remember, donation. We got to grow this nation, dog, because I got some sites. I'm trying to get to this NFL draft. Got some things that happen for me in the background that's looking up. But, hey, you can still help grow the nation. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. You can do it. Don't be scared. Anyway, let's talk about couple new hires. I don't think I was on here when all these other guys got hired, so let me just give my quick thoughts about these guys that are already on here and a couple guys that just got added. And then we'll talk about, a position that I made a poll about a certain player that do I think he should be a coach, things of that nature. But watching these playoffs, y'all, just frustrated me. I'm sorry. Watching these Seahawks and Packers just sitting there thinking, daggone it, the Cowboys should have been there. Daggone it, the Cowboys should have been in these playoffs, man. I mean, they really should have been in these playoffs. We really could have beat these Packers again or these Seahawks, man. That's just frustrating. I really didn't even want to watch the whole damn game because it pisses me off because I know we should have been in the big dance. I know with Garrett and all that other crap, but still, man, we still should have been able to make it. Eagles was one and done, dog. You feel me? And they still competed with them damn Seahawks with freaking McCowan with a torn hamstring, 40 years old, and he was still banging with them. You feel me? So that's the frustrating part. Dallas could have really beat Seattle. Seattle wasn't a scary team. The Packers aren't a scary team. Now, them Niners, I got to give them Niners some props. They kind of good. You know what I'm saying? I hate them 49ers. I don't want to see them get no 6 Super Bowls because they ain't going to never shut the hell up. I hate it when Pittsburgh got that 6 because I'm around Pittsburgh's country. I'm in Ohio, so I'm around Pittsburgh country, and all you hear, anytime I argue with them, the first thing come out their mouth, we ain't got 6. First thing come out their mouth, we ain't got 6. We ain't got 6. And then I'll be just like, man, whatever. I can't say nothing to them. It pisses me off. And I do not want them San Francisco 49ers getting that 6. So whatever you got to do, Green Bay Packers, I can't stand y'all. But guess what? I can't stand them Niners more. So whatever y'all got to do, if y'all got to beat these dudes, beat these Niners, please, because I can't have these San Francisco 49ers win the 6th championship. I can't have that, man, because I'm just going to hear this noise, and I don't want to hear. That noise ain't going to never shut up because that's one of our hated rivals in my opinion, and that's just some noise that we ain't never going to hear. That noise ain't never going to die down. So please, Packers, step up and get rid of these guys because I don't want to see them no more in the fold. Straight up, period, point blank. That's it. That's all. Don't want to see you guys in there any longer. Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. Hey, woo, woo, woo. Ah! Hey, Lavelle with the $20 holla donation. You smacked me with that 20? Did you smack me with it? Hey, Lavelle coming in with the clutch. What's up, BGJ? Glad to see you're feeling better. Thank you very much for your prayers. Congrats to Jimmy Johnson. Well-deserved introduction to the Hall of Fame. And congrats and thank you very much for donating to the nation. Don't let him be by himself. He came in with smacking fools just like that, man. Sorry, just like that, man. I love you for it, big dog. We love you for it. Woo-wee. You got me some chills in my bones when you did that one. Woo, don't make him feel by himself now. But anyway, let me jump. I got a little distracted, but let me talk about these coaches right quick. I ain't going to go super in-depth, but let me just talk about the guys. Mike McCarthy comes in. What's the one thing that we wanted Mike McCarthy to be able to do? Pick his own staff. When we were when he was introduced at the introductory press conference, all we were saying in my head, and I know a lot of Cowboys fans was like, that sounds all great with this, that sounds all great with that, but all we want to know is you picking your own staff. Is you picking your own staff? Are you picking your own staff? That's all we was caring about, right? That's all we wanted to know. Are you picking your own staff? You know what? McCarthy said, yeah, and Jerry Jones said, he picking his own staff. He's picking his own staff, and that's what he's been doing. That's what he's done. What did he do? He went and got that grunt, Tom Sula. He got that grunt defensive line coach, long-time defensive line coach. He was over at them Niners, and don't tell me them Niners didn't have no good defensive fronts under him, and they got sacks. But You come over to the Redskins, people like, well, he was over at the Redskins. Redskins ain't do nothing. Redskins defense ain't great. But guess what? Just like when I was listening to Jeff Kavanaugh, he's going to be on here Wednesday. Make sure you check that out. But just like I was listening to one of his shows and I was agreeing with it, look how he built that D-line. Deron Payne, he got them big boys. He got big hogs up front. He's a big grunt guy, and that's what he has. And what have the Cowboys have been crying about? We never address the defensive tackle position. We never get a big guy. We're always getting these flex guys, these rotational guys, these guys that aren't going to be impactful guys. Well, you know what? When you get a Tom Sula, I believe now you're going to get a position that Ron Marinelli ain't going to be there. So now you got a guy who actually values the big fat boys. That's what we've been wanting, right? That's what we've been wanting. A coach that values fat boys. I like them. We need fat boys in the lineup. We ain't have fat boys. We got medium-sized boys. And when I say medium-sized boys, by the defensive tackle standards, the one tech, get what I'm saying? We got medium boys. We need fat boys, them big 330s, 335s, 340s, 6'2", 340s. Big dudes can take off two blockers because guess what? We need to keep our linebackers clean. Now, we don't know if we're going to be in that 4-3 or that 3-4, but at the end of the day, you still got to keep them linebackers clean. Jalen Smith, Van Der Esch, if he comes back, any of our linebackers, Sean Lee, Lord, if he comes back, any of them. The best thing you need to do is if you're trying to keep your linebackers effective and to be able to attack that defense, you need them big boys up front to be able to hold them blockers and move space so them linebackers can pierce them gaps and make plays. When those offensive linemen are getting to the second level and can peel your linebackers, it's just a bad day, and we've already seen it happen time and time again. Our linebackers getting picked off, guessing the wrong hole because our guys up front. Hey, Malik Collins, I like you as a pass rush and defensive tackle. You had 5 sacks your first year, but you're just not a run stuffer. Antoine Woods, I like you, but you're an average player. You're not that big run stuffer. I know you play hard. I know you're valiant, but you're just not that big run stuffer. You feel me? When's the last time we had a big fat boy? Shoot, it seems like the last time we had was like Parcells, a fat boy, when he went to the 3-4 and he brought his boy over from the New York Jets. I can't even remember his name. It's just slipping my mind. But man, we need a fat boy in the middle. We need we need a coach that values that position. And then also they brought in Mike Nolan. I love Mike Nolan because everybody say, yeah, Atlanta didn't do so great. But guess what? Them linebackers coach, the Saints, he got them boys flying around the ball. And what does he do? He gets turnovers. And what has the Cowboys been lacking? Turnovers. So here you got, and they value the position of safety and defensive tackle. 2 positions that the Cowboys have been neglecting for a very long time, and 2 positions that have been hurting the Cowboys. Yes, Xavier Woods, regressed in my opinion, didn't have the greatest year, was missing too many open field tackles, always going for the big boom. Jeff Heath, I guess what? I like you, dog. I don't hate you, Jeff Heath, but you're a backup. Did you play admirably in those last 6 games with a bum shoulder? Hell yeah. I give you nothing but props for playing through that injury. I give you nothing but props, and you play good. So I'm not going to hate on you, Jeff Heath, but what I am going to say is you're not a starter. Okay, and we don't even know if he's coming back in the fold. So here's the thing. I think we got guys now, Mike Nolan, and then we're going to talk about the new hire that just came in from Texas A&M. But Mike Nolan and Jim Tom Sula, they what's the word I'm trying to get? They value. There it is. They value those positions that the Cowboys have been lacking, and they are aggressive type defensive guys. What have we been lacking? Aggressiveness. Oh, we want to be aggressive when it's late. Oh, we want to be aggressive in the fourth quarter. Oh, we want to be aggressive after the media. Everybody in the media is crying about being aggressive. No, I want a coach or coaches to have that aggressive philosophy all the time, creating turnovers, creating havoc, bringing nasty back. I told you about Justin Timberlake, about bringing sexy back. Well, I need these guys to bring back nasty. We need to bring back nasty. We need a nasty defense because we haven't had nasty. Even when we had the Hot Boys last year, it wasn't nasty. It was very good, but it wasn't nasty. We need nasty. Like, I'm not going to lie. Once again, I hate them Niners, but man, keep it real, dog. They nasty. They fly around the ball. They nasty, and they got an attitude. I like that. I want that to permeate with these Cowboys. I want to have players on the team that hate losing, are disgusted with losing, can't stand losing. It makes them throw up when they lose. They're not switching jerseys at the end of the game. I told y'all about that. They ain't, hey, yeah, we'll just get it next week. No, I want them to say, man, this is BS. I hate this. We got to regroup. I don't care if it's after one loss. I want guys that hate losing. Am I saying the guys in the locker room don't hate losing? No. But you know what? I needed to really go through their bones. And I believe we got guys in there that are going to come in there and change that culture and that mindset and that attitude. And we don't have the familiarity of he used to be with the Cowboys and he used to do this with the Cowboys. No, everybody, we don't know you. You don't know us. And if you don't act right, we ain't got no loyalties to you. That's what I want. We ain't got no loyalties to you. Sometimes it's okay for tough love. Sometimes it's okay for tough love. It's okay. You're going to get better from it. It's okay to have that tough love. And guess what? They're going to come in there and say, you know what? I don't know you. Yeah, you might have been that guy over there with that other coach, but I don't know you. You got to retrain and you got to play hard for me. Because guess what? If you don't, you might not be playing. Or guess what? You don't. Hell no. When you might not be here. That's the kind of threat that these Cowboys need, because they haven't had that threat to me in a very long time. There hasn't been that threat. See, it's all good to cut a fringe player. It's all good to cut a player that you know ain't never going to play or ain't never going to make a difference. That don't scare nobody. So when I seen Jason Garrett cut some people back in the day because they didn't wear a tie on the flight or didn't do this, you was a fringe player. You was a player that wasn't going to be with the Cowboys. You was a player that wasn't going to stay with the Cowboys. Get after these top guys. Get after these other players and put fear in the hearts. But ain't nobody fearing nobody when you cut a fourth-string cornerback. Nobody fears that. Nobody's scared. They're laughing at you when we know you just trying to save face to shut everybody up. You don't think players don't see that? Come on, dog. They ain't robots, okay? That don't scare nobody. I need somebody to have some attention to these players and let them know that we ain't got time to play around. You just see these Niners who've been out forever, and now look at them, right back in the mix. Now they could be possibly playing for a championship game. You understand that? We saw them bummy Philadelphia Eagles go from nowhere, coming in there, getting to a Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing these teams that was nothing all of a sudden making these come-ups and then going to these playoffs, going to these championship games, going to these potential Super Bowls while we still sitting on our butts thinking, what are we going to do? I'm tired of that, dog. It's time for that change. And hopefully with this new McCarthy era, we're going to see some of that. So I like these two guys as the hire. For sure. Remember, donation, donation, donation. Feel me. Fat Boys is the name. So I named two guys. And then we got Joe Philbin. He took over the offensive line from Mark Colombo. Now, I'll be first to tell y'all, dog, I love some Mark Colombo. I was happy when they moved from Paul Alexander and they moved to Colombo because Colombo's nasty to me. Colombo is nasty. If you watch Mark Colombo as a player when he was with Chicago and even came with the Cowboys, he was nasty, had a nasty attitude, and I believe he put nastiness on the line. His first season, he had the half season. Cowboys had over like 50-something sacks. You see, you come back next year, and what happens? You have around 20-something sacks. You have you go from like a worst to almost like a first in reduces of sacks. Ezekiel Elliott still had quietly a very good year, okay? So offensively, the offensive line, we were still a top rushing team with Colombo. You reduced sacks. You had a top rushing team, but guess what? I can't get mad at that because what did we say? We wanted Mike McCarthy to pick his own staff, and some were going to hurt. We're going to talk about another guy who hurt when he left when we talk about this other position. But, yes, it hurt me when I heard Colombo leave. Now, Joe Philbin, I will say this. He's been rolling with Mike McCarthy for a while, and when you look at those three coaches I just mentioned, Tom Sula, Mike Nolan, and Philbin, what have they all done? Number one, they have tons of NFL experience. Number two, they have all been NFL coaches. Albeit it may not have been forever, but you still were an NFL coach. So you've been there and done that. Philbin, if you look at his offenses when he was offensive coordinator under Mike McCarthy, had top 10 offenses. Even when he went over to the Miami Dolphins, yeah, we know that was a disaster over there. He didn't do great over there, but he took that offense that was terrible and got them over to a top 11 ranking, and they were like 27th. So he does make improvements, and I believe he has a strong philosophy. We'll have to see about the Philbin selection. I still love Colombo, but he gone. You get what I'm saying? So if you ever watched Menace to Society, when your boy got shot, his cousin got shot, and he got shot up in the car, and what'd he say? Hey, man, he dead. He dead. He said, man, we can't just leave him in the street like this. We can't leave him in the street. He said, hey, man, he dead. He ain't getting up. He dead. We got to move on. He dead. So if you ever watch Menace to Society, or if you ain't never watched Menace to Society, go look, watch that part and you know what the hell I'm talking about. He said he dead, man. You can't worry. I'm going to leave. Well, you stay here. We gone. So that's why I got to look at Mark Colombo. He dead. Although I don't want to leave him, I want Mark Colombo. He dead. I gotta go. Okay, so I had to kind of let that one go and see how that goes. And then John Fossil. Is it Fossil? Fossil? I call him Bones. Me and Pat called him Bones. I'm calling him Bones because that dude looked like he need to eat a lot of food. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm slim fit, dog. I'm a slim dude myself. I do. But I eat like a horse. Look like Bones need to put on some weight, for real. But one thing I love about him, if you watch that video, they had a little quick video of him. And what did they say about him? They said that man is energetic. And not just energetic. If you look at his special teams through the time, man, top special teams, like top 10 special teams, like they stay up there no matter what. They were in, Greg Zerline, I believe, he had his little bit of a way as a kicker, but if you look from top to bottom, he keeps them boys banging with the special teams. And across the board in the NFL, he's respected in these circles as being a top special teams. And we had a pretty much a rookie come in there, and it was a disaster. Just terrible in everything. Just terrible all the way special teams. So to me, it can't get any worse than it was last year. It can only look up. So I love the pick. And Mike McCarthy's, what is he going with? What is he going with? What is he going with? Veteran. Been there, done that. We ain't got time for all that waiting. We ain't got time to see if he can pan out. We ain't got time to see if he can do this. We in win now mode. We got the team to win now. We in a win now mode. So I'm gonna get an experienced staff who's been there and done that, so we can basically take us to the apex. If you're looking at the Green Bay Packers, just like I said, Mike McCarthy, his last few years didn't make the playoffs. Now they get the new coach, and now look at them. They're in a championship game. Is that conducive to Mike McCarthy? I think it's because after a while, just like I said, Garrett, he was with the Packers, 12, 13 years? After a while, when you don't win as much and you don't get to the playoffs, that voice that you keep preaching in the locker room gets stale, and people just don't want to hear it anymore. I feel like it happened to Garrett no matter what they said about, oh, we love Coach Garrett. Yeah, you probably did, but you just weren't listening to him as much. And that voice becomes on deaf ears if you're not consistently getting to championship games, things of that nature. After a 10-year span, if you're not getting to those playoffs and championship and you're losing, players ain't listening no more, dog. That's just the way it is. And I think that's what happened. But guess what? He leaves out. Now you got who takes over, who had a lot of his players, takes over and takes them over the hump. We're hoping that this can happen with the Dallas Cowboys too. Garrett, he laid a great foundation. Cannot lie and say he didn't leave a great foundation, because he left a great foundation for the Cowboys. He built a good foundation. Yes, he did. I will give Garrett that. He definitely put a good culture in place. And now we need a veteran guy to kind of take us over there. We seen what we talked about, the Tony Dungy, John Gruden effect. I told y'all I made comparisons with Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr. And even I can't remember the coach with Toronto. He had been there for 5 or 6 years, winning year in, year out. But guess what? Can't get there. They get rid of him. Toronto Raptors, next thing you know, they're NBA champions. It happens. It can. And it can happen to these Cowboys, and that's what I'm hoping it does. So if you're talking about those first guys what I mentioned, I feel good about them. Like I said, Philbin, because I like Colombo, he got a wake on me. But let's go to the other two hires that just got brought into the fold. Let me see what y'all got to say right quick, because I'm kind of trying to concentrate on y'all, and I'm kind of trying to talk. So I'm going to listen to what y'all got to say, and then I'm going to talk about these other couple hires. And then I'm going to mention a guy, and I'm going to ask y'all a question. Do y'all want this guy as your coach? Let me ask y'all this, but let me see what y'all got to say right quick, right now. Oh, my phone be acting up. It's getting on my daggone nerves, man. Seeing what y'all got to say about this. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about, trust me, I got a little bit of info. Don't know everything about Maurice Linguist, I believe it is, but I got some information on him. But let's talk about the next two guys that just got hired, since y'all all been talking about it, and then we'll talk a little bit, maybe a couple free agents that have been thrown out there. I'll show y'all right quick. But one of the guys that just got hired as the new quarterbacks coach, I didn't agree with this one. I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't agree with this at all. Not at all. Don't agree with it. But it is what it is. It don't matter if I agree with it. He ain't there no more. Doug Nussmeier, I believe that's how you say it, has the new quarterbacks coach for Dak Prescott. John Kitna is officially out. That hurt my soul to no other. Hurt my soul. because we saw what Kitna came in and did. Came in under his first year. Dak makes career highs, career high in passing yards, career high in touchdowns, QBR rating all year. I mean, you saw what he did. I think, we know Dak lost his way a little bit towards the end, but I will say a little bit of injury probably contributed to that. But I was all on board when they were talking about Kitna possibly being the quarterback's coach. I wrote an article about him. I think Kitna hopefully lands on his feet somewhere because I think he's going to be a great coach eventually. I'd like to see if he could be a head coach somewhere. I think he can do it. I think he commands a lot of respect with the locker room, and I think a lot of people loved Kitna. First and foremost, I loved him. Now, so that frustrated me. Like I said, Doug Nussmeier is the new quarterback's coach. He was an OC at Alabama, Michigan, Florida. He was a former QB. He was the tight ends coach last year. I don't know. Tight ends didn't look so great to me. Although Blake Jarwin did have a career high in numbers, we had Jason Witten. And then we saw Dalton Schultz didn't see no work. But I think that's more Jason Garrett with the good old boy thing. Oh, Jason Witten, you my buddy. Yeah, you can come on back. Yeah, you can play. We only said you're going to play 20% of snaps. But you know what? We're going to give you 75% of snaps. We was lying. We was lying to all them. You know you're going to be starting over here. So maybe he was handcuffed because he couldn't really coach it the way he wanted. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt with that. But I wasn't super impressed with our tight ends, and I definitely think they need to address that either in free agency or this draft. And there's a player that I've been talking about that Mike McCarthy was mentioning, and I'm going to go to, and I've been screaming about him for 2 years now if y'all been watching Big Game James page. That's who I've been screaming. But, yeah, we'll see how that happens. But that's kind of that's an iffy guy for me. I'm going to keep it real. He's got to show and prove for me. He don't got to show and prove. I ain't nobody. But I'm just saying, I just hope that, this is Dak's fourth OC in 5 years. The constant in and out I don't think is great for any kind of quarterback. But once again, Mike McCarthy's picking his own guy, and he's a quarterback guru, so maybe he wants to, work those two guys working hand in hand. And, hey, he's been a quarterback. Hey, he's been an OC. So jury's still out for me on that pick. I'm going to just keep it real. I love the Tom Sula. I love the Nolan. I like the Fossil. Philbin, we'll see. And also Doug, we'll see. My judgment is out on those two guys because I thought Colombo and Kitna did a great job. But once again, it's up to McCarthy. It's his staff. He's going to pick who he wants. So he's the new coach. I'm going to go full go with him until, we'll see what happens later. But he got my back with it. It's just kind of hurt my soul that we lost Kitna in that. Now, another guy I want to bring up to you is some guys that you probably were talking about. Y'all hadn't mentioned it. I'm going to go to it right quick. It's this defensive back coach, Maurice Lindquist, I believe, from Texas A&M. Now, just checking out a lot of this stuff right here when we're looking. Here's the thing that stood out to me about this guy. Just reading some of this stuff right here. One of the things I really see a lot, stingy defense. When you read right here, turnovers. When he was at Minnesota, he got them from tons of injuries. He said they started 11 defensive backs that year, and they still ended up nationally ranked 11th with only 174 yards passing a game. And you went through 11 defensive backs. That's coaching. And then at Mississippi State, 2016, what? 14 interceptions. I like that. What does the Dallas Cowboys suffer at? Interceptions. Look at some more of this stuff. Just read what you see right there, man. Just a lot of guys that when they play under him, they become better players. Guys that come under him, he knows how to tutor them. He knows how to get them good. He knows how to get them great, and they become great players. Look at these guys. What else? I'm looking right here. Najee Johnson, 38 career pass breakups, second best in school history. Linguist's first season at Buffalo, starting cornerbacks ranked first and second in the MAC in interceptions. You get what I'm saying? So, and from what I listened a little bit of Brian Broaddus about this guy, and great recruiter, and kids thrive under him. He takes these defenses that were okay and make them stingy, and they get a lot of turnovers, pass breakups, interceptions, and a stingy defense. And he's a young guy, and he was one of the hot commodities up in the SEC. He was one of the up-and-comers, so he possibly could have been a college head coach. We don't know. So from what I'm seeing from right here, yes, we heard about the Chris Richard effect, and a lot of the same things happened with him. But you know what? I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, because when I read about this stuff right here, and I'm going to watch some tape on him, and I'm going to read some more things about him to get even more familiar with this guy. But the things that I'm seeing right now, okay, the things I see right now, how you get guys who were okay, you make them better. What do we need? Turnovers, and that young mind, that young fresh mind. He looks like he's ready to go, and he's got coaching underneath his belt. It's not like he don't have some coaching stints under his belt. It's not like he don't have the coaching stints under his belt. Look at that right here. He was a former cornerback. Okay, he played at Baylor, but look at the coaching experience. Okay, look at the coaching experience. It's not like he was just at one program for a couple years and then he got promoted. Look at that coaching experience. That's what we like, coaching experience. Look at those tabs. That's what I like seeing, coaching experience, because that's going to help us. Does he have pro experience? No, it's a total different game in the pros and his college. I understand that. I get it. So the jury could still be out on him, but from afar, I feel good about that. I don't know about y'all, but right now from afar, I feel good about that selection, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do. And if he's that young, energetic guy and he doesn't come in there showing favoritism or, talk this and it be something totally different, I'm all on board. We need to develop our corners. We got guys that are in the position right now. Cheeto, he needs coached up. Jordan Lewis, we know he's a dog. Anthony Brown, we don't know he's coming back. Byron Jones, we'll talk about that in a second. We don't know if he's coming back in the fold. Xavier Woods, to me, you regressed. You got to stop trying to lay the boom every time, and you were taking bad angles toward the end of the year. But I think that was just you weren't being meticulous in your work. Another safety position, go get Jamal Adams. Y'all already seen the video about that. Leave me alone. It ain't going to cost too much. Jamal Adams going to cost too much. Jamal Adams, hey, man, I don't care. You listen to what Patrick Walker said. Inside source said the Cowboys going to revisit it. Guess what? The Cowboys looked at Earl Thomas. He was going to cost a lot of money. They went after him. Guess what? Didn't happen. They still sent after him. Yeah, Baltimore signed for all that money. Guess what? They did look at Minka Fitzpatrick. Didn't work out. Guess what? They did inquire about Jamal Adams. So guess what? The Cowboys are saying we do need help at the safety position. And if them daggone New York Jets weren't asking for all crazy ass numbers, guess what? Jamal Adams can come over with Dallas. And I still think the Cowboys should try to revisit that. But we'll talk about that in a second, because I'm going to ask your opinion on another coach, because now you got the tight end coach that's available. You got a tight end coach that's open, because Doug Nussmeier took over and he's a quarterback coach. Now it's in the air that Jason Witten could retire and could possibly jump in as a coach. And everybody's pointing towards, was you a tight end? You was a great tight end with Dallas. It only makes sense for you to go ahead and be the tight end coach for the Dallas Cowboys. No, that don't make sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. Rarely do you see I looked at Mike Vrabel. I looked at some other coaches. Even when they retired, they had to go put in the work. Okay? They had to go put in the work. Now, a couple people mentioned, Kellen Moore didn't put in the work. He came right over to Dallas. And I feel you. Kevin Moore should have went somewhere else and been an OC. Okay? But guess what? We know what it was. But I think you got to go somewhere else first and get your feet wet. Go back to the University of Tennessee, Jason Witten. Go back to the University of Tennessee. Go to a small college, be a tight ends coach there. Get a year or two underneath your belt. Get some of that good coaching so we can see how your tight ends have produced. We can see what you have done. You have done nothing in the NFL. Just because you were a great tight end, a great Hall of Fame tight end, don't mean you're going to be a great coach. Just because you're on the sidelines yelling and hollering and screaming don't make you going to be a great coach, okay? So I'm asking y'all opinion. If Jason Witten retired right now and they said you can be the tight ends coach for the Dallas Cowboys, would you want that? I say a big fat hell no. You want me to give you another one? A big fat hell no. No, go somewhere and earn it. Nothing should be given. Nothing should be given. That's what the problem. Everything we be giving Dallas. Giving Dallas players. Oh, you was a great player, Dallas. Here's your job. No, go earn it. Go coach somewhere else. Go see. Let's see what you can do. We're going to keep our eye on you. Let's see what you can do. Let's see who you can develop. Let's see how your team's good. Let's see how your players progress. Then, okay, 2 years. Look what you've been doing. Yeah, we're going to bring you right over because we seen what you can do. We don't know what you can do, Jason Witten. We don't know. We seen what you can do on the field, but we don't know what you can do behind that. You know what? Everybody thought it was easy for you to jump out of football and go right to the booth. And guess what? That was a big failure. So guess what? I'm a little nervous about when you went to the booth, you wasn't that good. I don't know if you're going to be a great coach just because you was a great tight end, but I'm asking y'all opinion. You want Jason Witten as your tight ends coach right now? If he was given a job, you want him to be the tight ends coach? I'm sorry, I'm not with that one. What do y'all got to tell me? Tell me, do you want Jason Witten as your next tight ends coach with no experience? Man, please. I don't want to hear that one. Give me some guy with some experience. And, yeah, we're still looking at the running back coach. I believe they got the cat from Texas, my guy, roll with Ezekiel Elliott, but we're still waiting. Drayton, we're still waiting for him to come in the fold. But he had a relationship with Ezekiel Elliott, and he you've been friends with Zeke. You helped develop Zeke. That sounds good, but I'm going to let McCarthy go ahead and pick that one. But right now, tell me you want Jason Witten as your tight ends coach. I don't. Yep. I feel y'all. Thank you. What's good, NC Cowboys, man? Yeah, see, I mean, no, Jason Witten. Go earn your keep, Jason. You know what, Jerry? We know you love Jason Witten, but you need to go earn it like everybody else. I've seen too many of these guys putting in work that were assistant coach for 10, 20 years, maybe 5 or 6 years, and then for you to just come off the field and then you go get a coaching job when you got these other guys that been put in the work and you just giving to them, that ain't right, and I ain't feeling that. He needs to go earn it like everybody else. So, no, I don't want no Jason Witten as our damn tight end coach. No, go earn it. Hey, remember, don't you make Lavelle feel like he is by himself on the donation. We got to grow the nation, y'all, because I'm trying to go to this NFL draft. I put in my tickets for the NFL Combine. They ain't got back with me. I'm a little worried because them dates was kind of blocked out, and I'm going to try to have to backdoor this and try to get them tickets somehow, some way. I'm mad as hell because I had a ticket last year to go to the Combine, but something came up and I could not go, and I was pissed because going to that Combine is like nothing other. Yeah, it's all good to read about the guys, and it's all good to watch the videos, but when you can actually go watch them bench press, when you can actually go watch them do them 40 times, when you can actually watch them up close, do the agility cones, and watch them do them drills, it changes the perception about what you think about a player. So I'm still trying to bust my tail to get to this NFL Combine. Y'all feel me? And you know we're already going to camp. That's already sold up for camp next year, but we got to continue to grow this nation. So please, if you would still like to donate any super chats, donation. We got to get our weight up, y'all, because we got to grow this thing, and we growing it because of y'all, but I appreciate it. Let's keep it going, though. But anyway, as I was saying, those coaches that we got right there, I'm happy, except everybody that they got so far, the Nussmeier and Philbin, those are guys I got my jury out on. But everybody else, I can roll with them. Seems pretty good. But let me get to a couple other things right quick. I'm going to slide this. Where's it at? Okay. Couple players that have been on the radar for the new coach, Mr. Mike McCarthy. A guy that I've been mentioning and a guy I've been talking about. See, I'll be jumping ahead. Well, let me just go to it now. I'm sorry, I'll just be going to it. I'm going to go to it right now. Now, if y'all been listening, you got these rumors out there. Okay? First of all, listen to the rumors. Just because this guy says he is interested in this guy doesn't mean he doesn't want this other guy. First of all, I'm telling y'all right now, I want Blake Jarwin back. He's a restricted free agent. We offer him a deal. We keep him. Okay? He's not going to go nowhere. We give him a good deal, and it looks like Blake Jarwin loves us, but there's going to be some teams probably looking at him, but we put that offer for him. Bring Blake Jarwin back in the fold. Jason Witten, get the hell on. Dalton Schultz, let's see what you can do. But guess what? Let's put somebody to battle you. Either you draft a tight end to battle some Dalton Schultz, or guess what? Mike McCarthy is interested in Eric Ebron. Now, first people always want to say to me, Eric Ebron dropped a lot of passes. He ain't the greatest blocker. Blah, blah, blah. I understand. I get it. I understand. But let's look at some positives right here. Guess what? He's still only like 26, 27 years old. Still a young guy in the league. Guess what? You saw when he came, when he left Detroit, I said, Cowboys, go after Eric Ebron. I posted videos of him when he left Detroit. Cowboys, go after Eric Ebron. He can make a difference. Okay, it's not my fault that he had suspect quarterback play last year, okay? But his first year with Indianapolis, he was killing it. Had like, over 10, 11 touchdowns? Was eating. Great quarterback play. And if you compare Eric Ebron, we all know he probably going to cost some money, so he might outplay himself, outprice himself with the Cowboys. You might have to end up drafting. But if you can find a way to get him in, you got a tight end in Dalton Schultz who blocks. You can't never get a tight end as another undrafted rookie free agent that you can't come in that's just a blocker and you have two pass catching tight ends. We need guys that can catch the ball. We need guys that are dynamic, okay? I'm tired of these slow-footed damn tight ends that the Cowboys bring in. They're slow-footed. All they do is want to block, and then they want to just catch the ball and get 3 or 4 yards. No, we need guys like a Blake Jarwin. You need guys like an Eric Ebron. We need guys that can split that field. We need guys that can't just concentrate on Amari Cooper or a Michael Gallup or when we had Randall Cobb. We need guys that can stretch that field. And wasn't nobody afraid of no Jason Witten. Was nobody scared of him. The defenses weren't nothing. And everybody knew when he got in the game what was going to happen. And you're putting him in down and distance. You're putting him in plays that you got to get a lot of yards, and you're putting him in. No, that doesn't need to happen. We need to get some pass-catching tight ends in there, and we need guys with some explosiveness who can get touchdowns for us. And that's why I say look into this. And you also have Anthony Harris, 6 interceptions for the Minnesota Vikings. Nolan's already interested in him. What does that tell me? Ooh, I value the safety position of maybe a little bit more than the Cowboys prior. I kind of like that. I kind of like that you are looking at a guy already and saying, interceptions. That's what we need. Let's go after him. Let's stop playing around and let's not be a team that's in the bottom half of the league with no turnovers. Guess what? We can actually do this. You feel me? So I like that. I like the thought pattern. So if the Cowboys can make it work, dollars and cents, we understand that the Cowboys got 8 million free agents. We get it. I understand it. But Cowboys also had some money. I believe they had 18 million rolling over for 2020, and we were at 80 million for 2020. That money rolls over. That's close to 100 million, ain't it? So you can make it work. You can make it work. So Cowboys, look at that. Try to go ahead and see what you can do, because you're not going to be able to sign everybody. We understand that. But we know the main people that you need to sign, that's who you need to go after. So something I was thinking when I was talking to y'all about the Jamal Adams thing, how a lot of people give their thoughts on the Jamal Adams thing. Okay, here's my thing with the Jamal Adams. I get it. You got the Delpit kid from LSU. I get it. He's going to be cheaper. Okay, I get it. The McKinley kid from Alabama, I get it. And there's probably some other quality safeties that we're going to look at. Guess what? That's why I'm going to have Jeff Kavanaugh on here Wednesday so he can do some old breakdown of school my brain, open my brain up more, and open all y'all's brain. That's going to be a heavy show, so you better be in there for that. But guess what? Those guys, they're good young options. They're going to be a lot cheaper than a Jamal Adams. I get it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But why not look into it if you looked into it before? We know this is going to be his last year of his contract. He got the option year 2021, and I already made a post that he just said he wants a chance. He just said he wants a chance, y'all. He said all he wants is a chance. That's what he said. He said he wanted a chance, y'all. You feel me? Okay? He said he just wanted a chance. What's up, Reddy Red? What's up with you, big dog? Do I think we're going to re-sign Quinn? I don't know, because he's going to cost a lot of money. You got to remember, he's going 30 years old. He just had 11.5 sacks. That's one of his best years he's had in eons. He's going to cost some money. And if Dallas can't pay him, he's going to be gone. Because guess what? He's 30 years old. He got to get one last contract. And that one last contract got to pay him before he retire. So if the Cowboys ain't really anting up that money, he ain't going to stay with the Dallas because, we just love Dallas. No, he going to go where the money is because this is a job. So if he doesn't outprice himself, yeah, I believe the Dallas Cowboys will come back, but he's going to cost a lot of money because them 11.5 sacks, after that, you don't think pass rushers, they are in demand, and you need pass rushers in this league. So I think that's going to be a tough one getting Quinn back because of what he did this season. I love for him to come back, but I think that's going to be a tough one. We'll see. Please make that happen. But as I was saying about the Jamal Adams, I get it. Dallas going to have to probably give up draft picks, probably a first rounder. They're probably going to have to because that's Jamal Adams. He was a second team All-Pro last year, first team All-Pro this year, and he's a monster. Only 24 years old. Guess what? He's a beast. He's one of the top safeties in the league. He ain't going to be cheap. And you see the New York Jets, they ain't going to make it cheap, okay? But one thing I think a player can do in this day and age with social media and things of that nature, they can force their way out. Minka Fitzpatrick did. He forced his way out of the Miami Dolphins. He forced his way out. And we've seen players force their way out. Terrell Owens. We've seen tons of players who get so disgruntled. And with social media nowadays, see, when I was coming up watching football, that social media wasn't there. So if you heard it, you just heard it in the papers. You weren't hearing it on scenes. But now with that social media, they can post something, and then everybody got the eyeballs on them. And that's what Jamal Adams done. To me, force your way out, Jamal. You don't want to play for the Jets? You don't want to play for the Jets? You can force your way out. Cry, get mad, say all kind of stuff. Eventually, they don't want that distraction. They ain't going to want to deal with that. And eventually, I'm like, you know what? We just want to get you the hell out of here. You know what? We're just going to get you out of here. We're just tired of hearing it. We're just tired of hearing it. We're going to get rid of you. And sometimes they'll come down in prices because these teams and owners don't want to deal with that distraction. That's what happens, to keep it real. They'll say they'll hold on to you, but if that player keeps on complaining and complaining and complaining, hey, that's when things change, in my opinion. So I say the Cowboys look into it. You know what I'm saying? We know he's going to want a big contract, but Cowboys are going to have some money. It's not like they're in salary cap hell. Remember, we were always crying about Dallas in salary cap hell. They're not in that any longer. It's more feasible. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Now, I know y'all going to tell me, what about Dak Prescott? Hear about Pat Mahomes? He talking about getting a mammoth deal. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see about that. Yes, that is a quandary. What is going to happen with Dak Prescott? Okay, Mike McCarthy says he's all in on Dak. Okay, Dak has good numbers. And guess what? Mike McCarthy has developed quarterbacks. So I like him going forward working with Dak. Okay, I like that. So I think what you should really do, in my opinion, and me and Patrick Walker had talked about this, we understand the franchise tags. Okay, you got the franchise tag, and since they're having that CBA come up, if they don't agree with that CBA before a certain period of time, you're going to get two tags. The franchise and the transition. You can have the exclusive and then non-exclusive. Okay, so exclusive tag, we already know you get the top 5 out of the positions. We understand that. Non-exclusive, guess what? You don't get the top 5. You get the top 10. But if a team goes out and says we want this guy, gives him a contract, you don't match it, you get 2 first-rounders. Okay, so this is what I was thinking in my head. Might be hard, but this is my opinion. Maybe possibly keeping Byron Jones. Tell me what y'all think about this. You can sit there and say, Big Game James, you crazy as hell. You crazy as hell for thinking that. But this is just something I was thinking. You got Dak Prescott. Sign this, man. I get it. He's going to cost some money. I get it. But why franchise tag him for that 1 year and then y'all try to figure out? Or if you do tag him, why let that draw out? Because, see, here's the thing. If you tag him for that 1 year, that's going to be over, what, $30-something million, $33 million or something around that area. If you give him the exclusive tag, well, that's eating up half your money right there, right? That's eating up half your money. So it don't make no sense to tag him. Get that deal done. Stephen Jones said we need to land that damn plane. Didn't he say we need to land the plane? We need to land the plane on Dak Prescott? Well, stop playing in the air. It's flying all over the air. The Dak Prescott plane is flying. Land that sucker. Land it. Hurry up and land it. Sign this man to his deal so we can move on from that. We don't need that distraction with the quarterback, okay? We're trying to get to a championship. That's one less distraction you need. So here's my theory. You sign Dak Prescott, you don't put that damn franchise tag on him. Now you still got the 2 tags open. If that CBA, which I don't think is going to get done anytime soon, we may have a strike still, but that's whole nother story. But let's say you sign Dak Prescott to his deal, right? You sign him to his deal, that spreads out the money. So now you got more money to spend. You put that 1 tag on him, that eats up half the damn cap with all that high number. So get him to a long-term deal. Figure that out. Now you possibly got 2 tags. Now you're wondering, well, you still got Amari Cooper. You still got these other guys. Well, to me, and I know Byron Jones could be gone, but here's what I was thinking. Why lose Byron Jones? Okay? Because you could do a franchise tag with Amari Cooper, right? You could franchise tag Amari, okay, with the exclusive tag. I think that's around for receiver around $18 million. If I'm not mistaken, let me know in the feed if I'm wrong. I think it's $18 million for the exclusive tag for the receiver. So if you don't get a long-term deal done with Amari, because I definitely feel like you got to bring Amari Cooper back. You have to bring him back. You started this triplets thing. You got Ezekiel Elliott in the fold. Your guys are still young. Dak's 26. Ezekiel's like 24. Amari's 25. You still got foundation. You got a winning window right here. Why break that up to start over to try to draft a receiver who you don't know? It's not a guarantee. So put that tag on Amari if you can't get him to that long-term deal. And now for the second one, you use the non-exclusive tag for Byron Jones. And here's how I say why. You use that tag for him because let's say you go after Jamal Adams, right? Let's say you go after Jamal Adams and you have to give up a first-round pick and maybe a late pick or maybe even a player. Maybe that happens, right? So you're out that pick. Everybody, you gave up another first-round pick, but that's a guy who's a back end. That's a guy who's 24 years old. That's a guy from Texas. That's a guy who wants to come play for the Dallas Cowboys. That's a guy who's a beast and a dog and he hates losing. Somebody brought up to my attention, yeah, but he was a distraction over there. He'll be a distraction over here. No, here's the difference. People want to leave the Jets. People don't want to leave the Cowboys. Okay? People don't want to leave the Cowboys, no matter what they say. When people sign with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, how many people you hear about, I want out of Dallas? They don't. They love them facilities. They love Jerry Jones because Jerry Jones does take care of you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to leave that. People come to Dallas, they don't want to leave. So I don't think a Texas kid who wants to play for Dallas is all of a sudden going to say, oh, the Cowboys got me now. Oh, things ain't going right. I'm mad. No, you do that with the Jets. You don't do that with the Cowboys. That is a fact. Okay, so let's say you spend that capital getting Jamal Adams in the fold. Yeah, people are frustrated, but you had to spend that draft picks and stuff. But you got a corner piece. But now, guess what? What if you transition Byron Jones and hit him at the $14 million? I believe that's the number for the cornerback position for the non-exclusive tag, $14 million. That ain't crazy. That ain't crazy. But guess what? Now you have the first right of refusal. So what if a team goes out there and goes after Byron Jones? Cornerbacks, you need shutdown cornerbacks. Now we know he doesn't have the interceptions, 2 interceptions his whole career. We understand it. But let's not make a mistake here. When he was a safety, what was everybody calling for? Him to go at cornerback because we knew he could be a dog cornerback or he could be a very good cornerback. What did he do? Came his 2 years? Was what? Made the Pro Bowl last year? I don't know. Tell me, folks, was he All-Pro last year? I mean, I'm saying after 1 year, and he still had a good year this year, and people were saying, oh, he had a down year. No, he was just shutting down that side of the field. You want shutting down corners. You need them. And with the uncertainty with the back end of the Cowboys, yeah, hey, ho, young Wilson, I know you come in with that $199, holla, donation. I appreciate you, big dog. I know you'll be there for me, young Wilson. You my dog. Aloha. Hey, ooh. Hey, ooh. And you know what? I got to step up on how I do my shows, too, because I be seeing all these other people on YouTube all fancy and all that stuff. I ain't fancy. I'm kind of more gutter. But I'm going to step it up, y'all. I'm going to step it up. I'm going to get it all fancy way y'all like it, too. Just be patient with me. Just be patient. But anyway, why not do that? What y'all think about that? Why not do Byron Jones? Because think about it. If a team goes out there and says, we want Byron Jones because he's a lockdown corner, and they make an offer for him, it could happen. What if they make that offer for him and Cowboys say, we don't want that. Y'all can have him, but we want them 2 first-round picks. What? That ain't bad to me. That ain't a bad thing to me. Tell me what y'all think about that proposal from Big Game James. You could say, oh, you crazy as hell. But guess what? I think because I would like to have Byron Jones back in the fold. But if we're not going to have him back in the fold, man, let's get out there and try to get something back for him because you need to sign Amari Cooper. Tell me what y'all think. Hey, I ain't copying. I was already in my head, but Patrick did bring it up, and I ain't watched none of y'all the shows, so I don't watch all the shows like that, so don't come at me copying. I don't copy. I'm just saying, when me and Pat talked about it, that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Because he brought it in my head, and I was sitting there thinking, so I give Pat all the thoughts, but it was in my head as well as how you can keep a Byron Jones. Now, because you can recoup them picks if you go after Jamal Adams. And I say if you go hard at Jamal Adams, you can recoup them picks because I'm going to tell you right now, I've been on that Jamal Adams train from day one, just like I was on that Robert Quinn thing when nobody was talking about Robert Quinn. When nobody was ever talking about Robert Quinn, I was talking about him, and I brought it to life. Actually, I prayed for it, and the football gods heard me, and they heard my cry. So what I am doing is speaking life to the Jamal Adams thing. Yeah, Delpit, yeah, McKinney, all that sounds great, but they are unproven, and you don't know when they come to the NFL that they are going to be those dogs that you want. But guess what? Jamal Adams, he is a guaranteed dog, and you can make it happen, Cowboys. You really can. The Cowboys really can. And within reason, if the Jets don't go crazy, and I'm telling you, Jamal Adams needs to force his hand. If he forces his hand with them Jets, it maybe can, I think it is a bigger possibility if Jamal Adams keeps them throwing up that stink. And for us to still keep a player like a Byron Jones or get compensation for him, that's the route to go for me, because you can get first-round picks. Don't put that 2 first-round picks on Amari, because you need to sign him long-term. But Byron Jones, hell yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. I love y'all, my Cowboys. Y'all, my peoples. I love y'all so much. But hey, that makes sense to me, because we got all these other free agents that are down there. Everybody talking about we got all these free agents. Yeah, okay, I get it. Randall Cobb, it looks like he possibly may come back because Mike McCarthy, you saw the love affair right there. Now you think you can get a more maybe a possible more friendly deal because now you got the coach that you just played for. I definitely like to see Cobb coming back in the fold as a free agent, but I wouldn't mind if Cobb did move on. Let's not forget. Now I know we got the Wilson kid. He messed up his knee. He's been injury prone, so we can't really rely on him, Cedric Wilson. But man, in his spot duty as a receiver, y'all can't tell me y'all didn't like Cedric Wilson. Y'all talk to me. Did y'all like Cedric Wilson in a brief appearance? I did. I liked what he brought to the table in his brief appearances. I do like what Cedric Wilson did. Only problem is you've been injury prone, and that's concerning. Also, that other kid from Toledo, the Johnson kid. Now, we all know he had the all-world speed, but he had the dropsies. But guess what? You had a whole year on the practice squad. He could probably possibly rectify that. But we all know that Johnson kid had that all-world speed. We still need that speed. And guess what? They still got Devin Smith in the fold. People forgot about him. He ain't getting no work. We still got Devin Smith back there. Okay? Devin Smith is a speedster. In the short amount of time, Devin Smith did damn good. So the receiving core ain't bare. You can draft a receiver, which I think they're going to do, but the receiving core ain't bare. So if you were to lose a Cobb, I ain't tripping as much, although I would like to come back. But that's got to be a good, friendly deal for Cobb. Didn't have a bad year. I believe had over 55 catches. Had a pretty good year if you look across the board. So I do like Cobb with that veteran. And then you have McCarthy, who you know are probably going to get him the ball or know how to get those receivers the ball. That's what they said. Hey, ho, I knew you was going to come in there, Eastside Harold. Where you been, dog? Where you been, Eastside? You know I ain't got to talk to you, no. You know I ain't got to really talk to you, big dog. Now, yeah, we ain't talking about no damn Tavon Austin. We ain't want him back. Bye. Bye, Tavon. Bye. Boo. See ya. But what's up, Eastside Harold? How you doing, dog? Didn't you tell my chick, you told her, you said, hey, make sure you watch that Houston Texans game. I think you told her that. I think you specifically said that to her about 3 days ago. You said, watch that game. Yeah, we watched it. We watched Patrick Mahomes smack the dog piss out of y'all. The dog pissy. So, Houston motherfucking Texans. That's what I'm talking about, Eastside. But I appreciate the donation. Donation for the $1. Holla. Appreciate you, Eastside. Thank you for jumping in here and being real, because most guys I've been talking to, when I've been getting on their teams for choking, they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to answer me. They don't want to have a conversation. But I give you props. I tagged Eastside as soon as they lost. He came back and said, it is what it is. And he jumped in the feed and takes it. So that's why I got the utmost respect for Eastside Harold. He don't run. He didn't jump out my feet. I told him to get in there where you at. And he jumped in the feed. I got mad love for you, dog, and respect. But guess what? Your Houston Texans is sitting right on the couch next to my Dallas Cowboys. Boy, and I love it. I said you wasn't ducking, dog. You can't text me. My phone is having problems. That's why I had to hit you up through. That's why I had to hit you up through the YouTube because my phone was acting up. So I know you ain't ducking. I got mad love for you, dog. But you sit next to them Cowboys, so I don't want to hear no more of that noise. You hear me? You heard? I don't hear no more of that noise, dog. No Houston. No, sit down. So I love seeing that. So just my few thoughts on the night. On the night, appreciate everybody that was in here tonight. Thank you very much. But guess what I got coming up? First, like I said, I want to apologize to you for the Kenny Gant. I posted Kenny Gant. He texted me. He texted me the day Thursday when I was gonna have the Patrick Walker. I hit Pat. Me and Pat had already talked, and we are doing the interview Thursday. So Kenny hit me up. He texted me and said, "Hey, we need to get this together. I really want to do this. I want to get this. What's going on, and I want to get this done tonight." So I was like, "Cool. Whenever I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I get everything up, but you know what? Athletes are busy people, and they got family and they got autograph signings and they got all kind of things that they're dealing with. So that probably why I could have fell through. But you know what? I still hit him up like, hey, we still need to make this thing happen. I still just stay with me because I'm going to get Kenny because we done talked too much for me not to get you, dog. So you coming on this show. So he going to be on this show. Also, I know y'all going to be tripping and saying you ain't going to get this dude. But guess what? My homeboy said, man, and a couple other people said, man, you can try to go after and try to get Dez Bryant for an interview. And I am. Now, let me tell y'all what happened. Check this out. So, I've been talking about, man, I want to get Dez Bryant. Hey, ho, Young Wilson with another 199. Holla. Donation. Aloha. Keep up the passion for the Cowboys. I can't do nothing else, big dog, Young Wilson. I can't do nothing else because it's all natural. But anyway, check this one out, y'all. Anyway, tell me, is this fate or is this you just tripping, Jay? So I said, I'm going to get Dez Bryant. I don't know how I'm going to get Dez Bryant to interview. I don't know how it's going to happen. But I put it in the air. See, I speak things in existence. When I want a certain interview, I put it in the air. I talk about it. All day. I'm getting him as my interview. And the next thing you know, bam, you my interview. That's how it happens. I ain't saying I'm just a beast like that. Maybe behind closed doors I'm saying it like that. But I'm going to be humble with y'all. But I'm just saying the grind is fierce. So I said I need Dez Bryant because I need a real I've been having some great interviews. I need that one. You feel me? That one. So check this out. I'm looking through my Facebook. I don't be in these groups like that at all. For real, I don't be in none of these groups. I don't be looking at none of these groups. I might peek in or anything, but I don't do nothing like that. So check this out. I'm just sitting there on my Facebook. I'm looking, and out of nowhere, I was just thinking about, man, how am I going to get this Dez Bryant? Because I can't talk to him on Twitter because, he don't have where you can go and, DM him, at least on my end. I can't DM him. You got to basically talk through and at him. Man, you know what I mean? My motherfuckers be trying to talk to some Dez Bryant, atting him and all that, man. He ain't thinking nothing about that. I said, I don't know how this is going to happen. I'm sitting down looking at my Facebook, and all of a sudden, group pops up, and it's Dez Bryant talking. I said, what the heck? How does that happen when I'm just sitting there thinking about how I'm going to do this interview, and out of nowhere, his feed comes up. A group party feed, and it's Dez Bryant just talking, just spilling his guts about a whole bunch of stuff. He's just spilling his guts about a bunch of things. So I was just listening. So you know what I did? Hey, I said, hey, guess what? You know what? Boom. This is my opportunity. Typed all kind of stuff. Hey, blah, 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 this. Silver and Blue Nation. Big Game James. Wooty woo. Hey, Dez, you real. I need you. I need you as an interview. I need you. Who knows? He may have looked at it like, man, who the hell is this dude by? But we don't know if he may go back and look at it and say, you know what? I might go check that page out. I might interview. You never know. That's the thing. So I put it in the air. I sent it to him. I put it in the air. And I feel and I believe I'm going to get a Dez Bryant interview. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. But I'm going to get that. Y'all going to see. And y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it here. I'm going to get that interview. That's what I do. I interview. That's my thing. And that's my next big fish I'm targeting. And I want to have that real down-to-earth interview so y'all can hear the nitty-gritty. I'm sure y'all heard of some before, but I want to hear all of it. I want to hear Lufkin. I want to hear all that stuff. You feel me? So that's my not my next guy, but that's my one big one I'm working on right there. So that's just to let y'all know. Feel me? Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. You know, I'm the ice cream man. I'm the ice cream man, my Cowboys family. Even Tyson said, you the ice cream man. He was kind of riffing on me, saying, y'all, you was asking about ice cream. But I don't care. That was a beautiful thing. And I appreciate y'all, my Cowboys family, because to this day, I love it because they gave me some really good answers on my ice cream questions. So if y'all ever want to go listen to the, not really interviews, but when I asked the Cowboys players, and even Jason Garrett gave me his answer on what was his favorite ice cream. I know a lot of people like, oh, well, what about the positioner? Or what about that? No, guess what? My Cowboys family came at me and said, will y'all please ask this? And I gave them that request, and I'm glad I did it. And if you want to go check out what they said, just go back through the YouTube page, and you'll see everything I said. So that'll be a great thing. Now, let's get the lineup for this week, y'all. Got a good lineup for this week, y'all. Reached out to some other Cowboys players, y'all, and it could be happening. Can't tell you their names now, but it's gonna be happening soon. So you better tune in to Silver and Blue, cause that's what I do. Hoo. Anyway, got some more things in the air with some Cowboys players, but you know how we do with the lineup. Tuesday, my dog, Law Nation. We're going to be chopping it up on the late night hype, and we're going to be talking some good Cowboys. La. You know how we do. So you make sure y'all tune in for that Tuesday, as it always goes down with me and my dog, Law Nation. And then Wednesday, y'all, check this out. Wednesday, y'all, make sure y'all listening. Wednesday, y'all, I talked to Jeff Kavanaugh, confirmed it. Last week, I'm going to hit him up again tomorrow just to make sure we're good. But y'all know, if y'all know Jeff Kavanaugh, G-Bag Nation, 105 The Fan, I'm going to keep it real, y'all. I don't watch a lot of these other talk shows. I don't listen to a lot of people, not to say I'm all that. I just don't be doing it because some of the people just be out there just be saying a lot of foolery. They just say stuff for sensationalism. They just say stuff for headlines. They say stuff and they don't even be meaning it, but they just want views and this and that, and half the stuff that come out their mouth be asinine. So I don't even be trying to listen to them, dog. I can only listen to real people because I feel like that's what I am. I don't be listening to mumbo jumbo. I don't be listening to all the corporate stuff. Get that crap out of away from me because that's not what I do. I can only come out of my heart and speak the truth. And if people don't like what I say and it's the truth, then hey, that's your own fault. That's your own problem. I'm going to speak it. But guess what? Out of all those guys from the fam, Brian Broaddus is my guy. But out of all them guys from the fam, I like me some Jeff Kavanaugh. I like his quirky style. And the man knows what the hell he's talking about. He knows what the hell he's talking about. And he's good, man. I don't give a hell. I watch this stuff. He's good. He's good. I got to give him his props. And one thing he's really good at is that damn NFL draft. Now, let me tell y'all something before I get up off here. When I was younger, I was so obsessed with football, basketball, playing, all that stuff. So when I was younger, before we had the internet and all that, we had the sporting news books. Tell me if any of y'all did this. Talk to me, y'all. Don't be trying to leave the feed and go home, go to bed. No, listen these last few minutes now. Don't be trying to go to bed now. That's weak sauce. Don't be trying to do that and leave me like that. Listen, when I was younger, did y'all ever get them Pro Football Daily or Pro Football Weekly or the NFL Draft, Sporting News, SI? Did y'all get them magazines? Because I used to collect all them magazines when I was younger. Whether it was the NBA, whether it was college basketball, and I was always getting the college draft. And the Sporting News, all those guys, Lindy's, all those books, I would get like 4 or 5 books. And I would do. We didn't have the internet. I would take them books because I love to read. I love to write and love to read. Matter of fact, go to the Dallas Prospect. Check out some of my writings. I'm getting back on it too, but I'll just be doing a lot of things. I can write a little bit too. Check out my writings. Go to Dallas Prospect. I got some writings over there. But I used to always read them books from front to back, to cover to cover. Cover to cover. And my girl was with me, whoever, they was like, dude, why do you sit here and read these books? Now I would read these players religiously. I read on their strengths. I read on their weaknesses. I read on their agility. Everything I just read on what these people were saying. Then after I read it, I would just go watch videos. And then I would try to match up what they said. At that time, I wasn't no scout or nothing like that. I was in my young days. I was still learning a lot of things. And I was still learning even the game of football because not everybody knows that you can always continue to learn. But one thing I just was reading and I watched it. And I was like, man, it makes sense after you read it and then you watch it. It just makes more sense. So I just engulfed myself in that draft. But guess what happened, y'all? The damn internet. That's what happened, and I got a little lazy. See, the internet came out, and now all of a sudden you got videos on YouTube, video here, video there, video this, video that. And guess what? You get kind of lazy. And the last couple of years, I've been okay on my draft, but I feel like I haven't just dug deep in it like I could because I got other things going on. The books, I am going to go buy me some more draft books. I bought me one last year just to bring it back. I'm going to buy me some more draft books so I can read. Not just watch. Read first so I can process information, then watch. Then give my own analysis and match it up with theirs. That's what I like to do. And plus, I took scouting and recruiting classes in 2015 and got that paper for that because I had to break down players and things of that nature. Did really good in that too, just to let you know. But I went off topic. I'm so sorry I did it. But Kavanaugh is a monster on that draft. I don't care. He knows them players. He knows it. He knows it. And I need him to school me a little bit. I need him to open my brain a little bit. Teach me the way, Mr. Kavanaugh. Teach me the way. I need him to teach me the way. So I'm going to listen to him. We're going to bring him on Wednesday. He said it's good about 8:39 p.m., so that's going to be EST. Eastern Central Standard Time, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So I will knock down the exact time, but your butts better be in here Wednesday night because that's going to be a fire interview. We're going to talk about everything. Draft as it relates to the Cowboys. We'll name some players. We'll talk about some draftable players, and then we can match it up and see, guess what? Who the Cowboys may look at and who they may go after. That's going to be some fire. I can't wait to do that with him because I got a lot of respect for him and I listen to him and I think he's got a lot of knowledge and I just like his style too. And I think we'll do pretty good vibing together. So please make sure you check out that interview. It's going to be fire. It's this Wednesday, tentatively 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m. Mr. Jeff Kavanaugh, G-Bag Nation, 105.3 The Fan. We're going to have him on here. And guess what? After we have him on Wednesday, we're going to still try to lock down that Kenny Gant interview this week. And I got some other Cowboys I've been trying to holler at, and we just waiting on answers. We're on one bill a day. So one thing I'm going to keep bringing y'all, these interviews, this fire, these flame on. Y'all know who it is. Flame on. Yo got fire. Yo got flame. All that. I'm trying to bring it. I got to keep bringing the heat. Well, at least I'm trying to bring the heat. Hopefully I'm bringing the heat. I think I am. I love y'all. So, stay tuned. Stay supporting. Stay subscribing to Silver and Blue Nation and Big Game James so we can go from here to here. So we can get higher and higher and higher. So I appreciate everybody who's been in the feed. Thank you very much for all y'all's love today. And remember, I got this Patreon account. You can be a subscriber and there's a group called Dallas Cowboy for Life, DC4L, okay? It's called DC4L. So you doing that while I'm on the, okay. So there's this group called DC4L, all right? They asked me to be their guy for their podcast, all right? We're getting that in the works right now. I'm going to be doing one show a week on Dallas Cowboys for Life. It's about 130,000 in that group, and I'm going to be their guy that does their podcast. That's going to be coming out in the next, this coming up within the next maybe month or so. So look out for that. So it's Silver and Blue Nation is still going to be rocking on Facebook, but if you want to jump in there for the DC4L, I'm going to be their guy that runs that podcast. During the week, we'll be talking Cowboys news, all that good stuff. So a lot of good things are opening for Silver and Blue Nation and Big Game James. But guess what? I still can't make this all possible without you guys. I still can't bang this out without you guys. So please continue to be a subscriber. Please continue to be a supporter in every facet form. Go out there, spread the news. Tell them to go like Big Game James. Get out there and share this. Get out there and tell them to like that. Hit the subscribe button. That's the only way we're going to make this thing grow. We need to make this thing grow fast and expeditiously, like Mr. T.I. would say. Expeditiously, exponentially, all them weird words. But please, get out there, support Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. We're trying to make this thing grow and make this thing fire, blow up, flame on, just blow everything out the water. We can't do it, and I can't do it without y'all. I ain't saying no daggone Super Bowl, nothing. Nah, you're not hearing that out my voice. I'm not jumping on the Super Bowl train because Mike McCarthy's here. Yes, would I love a Super Bowl? Hell yeah, would I love a Super Bowl. You're not hearing no Super Bowl out of my mouth. Baby steps, y'all. One step at a time. We can't be jumping out there just because you got this new coach and saying, oh, we're going to Super Bowl next year. That's the mistake, because if you say that and we fall flat on our face, you're setting yourself up for a bad expectation and a failure. Don't do that. Take it day by day and say, let's see how this goes. But we like the way it's headed as far as the future. So, that being said, appreciate everybody in the feed. Thank you for all the love. This was great today. Great today. Great tonight. Thank you. It's 11 o'clock over here. It's 11:30 out here, and y'all still banging in the feed. That's why I mess with y'all. That's why I mess with y'all. That's why y'all my dogs. That's why y'all my fam. Please tell all your folks and friends, get on this Big Game James Silver and Blue Nation train. I ain't tell y'all to leave everybody else, but come on over here and sit at this table. Because guess what, y'all? Guess what? I'm your Cowboys deodorant. Put me on. You understand? Let me say that to you again. I'm going to even make some Cowboys deodorant with my face, Big Game James, on the deodorant. I'm your Cowboys deodorant, y'all. See what I'm saying? I'm your Cowboys deodorant. You know you don't take no shower without no damn deodorant. You're going to be funky. And don't try to go to work without that deodorant. Try to put soap underneath your arms. It don't work. It fades away. I tried it. It fades away after about 15 minutes, your pits will be funky again. I made that mistake, and I had to say, I got to leave work because I took a shower, forgot to put the deodorant on, and, man, my armpits are humming. You get what I'm saying? I got to keep it real. Don't act like y'all armpits ain't never stink. If y'all don't, then y'all just are weirdos. Yeah, it has happened. But I am your Cowboys deodorant. So please, you got to put me on. When you wake up in the morning and you need to put that deodorant on, when you wake up and you want to listen to Cowboys news, you rub that Cowboys deodorant, Big Game James, underneath you, and so I put me on, baby, so I can give you that good Cowboys news, all right? But one love. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I sometimes I talk too much at the end because I can't just tell you how much I love y'all. I'm sorry. I do. Appreciate y'all support. All right? We'll be talking to you. I may go on tomorrow. Depends on what happens. If we got any big things happening with some more coaches or anything like that. But most likely, let's look at the Tuesday with my guy, Law Nation, for the late night hype. And then Wednesday, it's going down with Mr. Jeff Kavanaugh. And we're going to have a great time with that. And continue to stay tuned for some more banging interviews that I'm going to have in store for you guys. All right? Thank you for the support. We'll talk to you soon. Silver and Blue Nation, Big Game James. I'm out. Deuces. Peace.